How long should you keep watching videos that take you nowhere? It's only because it's nice and fun, right? You sit down relaxing while enjoying your video. Or let's call it video games. So, you're enjoying your video game. Okay, what exactly is keeping you in that video game? Do you have an idea? The reason why you keep enjoying video games, even while sometimes saying, "This is ridiculous," is because of one key factor. That's what I will show in this video. The most important thing is that you can use these tricks to make any woman like you more than she does now. Be ready to leave behind some societal rules and beliefs. You cannot hold on to those things and expect to learn from this video successfully. I'm not standing against society's rules, but some are detrimental, especially to men. They call it women empowerment, but society often makes rules that work against men for women to gain power. This aspect of the video has nothing to do with the tricks in video games, but it highlights how to get ahead of your peers. The key takeaway is this: don't leave this video without watching the crucial part. If you don't watch to that point, this video is worthless. So let's jump into the content. Forget about the intro. Let's focus. The reason you keep enjoying videos or video games is simple. It's because of their dynamic structure. The developers have taken the time to frame the game to meet your desires. If you ask, how did they know it was my desire? It's not by magic or charm. It's psychology. That's why video games have the power to hook anyone. And that's why using these tricks on girls will keep them more interested. What does this mean? It means that certain elements of the video or the game stimulate our emotions: disappointment, surprise, and so on. Now, to the real deal. Ladies, are you the ones playing the game, and you are the developers of that game? Ask yourself, what can I do to keep this customer engaged? Let me break this down to avoid confusion. The middle ground between the developer and the customer is the game. Therefore, the middle ground between you and that girl is the relationship. You are not the middleman, and she is not either. The relationship is the middle ground, so everything you do should be within that context. Focus on the relationship, not just her. If you don't understand now, I'll explain better later. Trust the process. So, how did the developer structure the game to hook players? With disappointment and surprise. You let her have fun today, and tomorrow you leave her in agony. That's it. Simple and straightforward. Do not let her get you at a cheap rate. Your time and everything. Today you give her fun, and tomorrow you do the opposite. I know some of you might not fully grasp what I just said, so let's dive deeper into this idea. You see, the reason we're hooked on video games is all about emotional engagement. Think about it. Game developers know exactly how to play with our feelings: anticipation, excitement, frustration, and satisfaction. They create these highs and lows that keep us coming back for more, and we can apply that same concept to our interactions with women. Imagine this: just like in a game, relationships thrive on emotional engagement. If you keep everything too predictable, it gets boring fast. You want to create a rhythm, a dance of sorts. So, maybe after a fun outing, you take a step back. Give her some space. That creates curiosity and anticipation for what's next. Now, let's talk about surprises and disappointments. In gaming, unexpected twists keep players on their toes. Why not bring that into your interactions? Plan spontaneous dates, send a surprise message when she least expects it, or dive into a deep conversation that shifts the usual light banter. That unpredictability, it keeps her intrigued. But here's the kicker. You also need to sprinkle in some disappointment, without crossing any lines, of course. It's not about playing games. It's about crafting genuine emotional experiences. If she expects you to be constantly available, pulling back occasionally can actually deepen the interest. It creates a narrative that makes her want to know more. And remember, the relationship is the middle ground here. Focus on nurturing that connection. Instead of just reacting to her cues, invest in shared experiences. Plan activities that challenge both of you. That creates opportunities for growth and collaboration, enriching your bond. Ultimately, think of your approach like a game mechanic. Just as developers balance challenge and reward, you need to find that sweet spot. Too much predictability leads to boredom, and too much unpredictability can cause anxiety. Your goal is to craft a compelling narrative that keeps both you and her invested. So, the essence of enjoying video games isn't just about having fun. It's about the journey, the emotional roller coaster. Approach your relationships with that same mindset. By being mindful of the dynamics at play, you can create a connection that captivates and endures.